everyone, Kiwi here. Thanks for watching. This is part 2 of the painting. I'm going to get all the buffing and everything done now, so cheers. So with the clear coat, wasn't the best. It's okay. I think maybe a bit of wind and I was a bit too far away with the gun, a bit out of practice, didn't really think about it, sort of thing. So I'm up to the sanding, so I've got to sand it, wet sand it. So what I'm doing here, you can see here, keep it very wet when you're sanding it, and also if you got a little bit of car wash without the wax stuff in it, sort of thing, put that in your water, and I find that just helps it keep lubricated a fair bit. It's pretty hard to see here, but as you can see here, it's pretty bumpy. But then over here is where I've sanded and she's smooth. Obviously going to have to buff it back up again, but that's part of it. So yeah, getting into that, and hopefully she comes up all good. So what I'm using is 1200 grit, 2000 grit, and then 3000 grit. I do have a 800 grit block for places if it's really bad. I'm going to try to stay away from the 800 block because it could scratch a fair bit, but see how she comes up and I'll keep working it. Big job. Would have been nicer to just get it nicer off the gun from the beginning, but it is what it is. That's what I could have probably got it nicer. Had a few things, like you got your dust, the gun was cheap, but I'm not blaming the equipment. I could have done better and sprayed it a lot closer, so yeah, that's what it is, and we'll get there. So after a bit of sanding and stuff like that, so that's it, sanded up, ready for polishing. Seemed to get the coat a lot better. I did do a pretty shit job on the clear coat. As you can see there, there's still a few little ripples here and there, but for what it is, once it's polished up, I think it'll do the trick. It's quite even, at least. As you can see there's a few little bit bumpy there, but yeah, we'll see what the cut buffer does when I cut it back, sort of thing. So took a bit of work, took me 2 hours or so it's not going to be perfect. In hindsight, I should have sprayed a lot closer than I did and laid it on a lot heavier. Lesson learned. Next time I'll do that a bit better, but for now, buff that up. So yeah, I'm a bit happy with this top line, at least. It was very bumpy before. You can see there it's a lot better, so I think she's going to buff up pretty good. Yeah, so what I used on that was, I ended up having to go to 800 in some places. As you can see, I've rubbed through just here and here. They're the only places I've sort of rubbed through, which is fine. It's fine for what it is, sort of thing. Quick update on the paint, on the buffing. So I'm still, I don't know, I'm still torn on the look of the car. I'm bad with this stuff, my brain gets the better of me. But so I buffed it up. Easy to say pretty much is I can't clear coat for shit, but anyways, probably go down the path of clear coating again, maybe give it another sort of a go with the colour, but let me know what you think. Might put my brain at peace for a little bit. So yeah, so this is where I'm at now. So 2-pack clear, came out pretty bubbly. It could have been my error, probably was my error, but could have been spraying over top of this other paint as well. Maybe it didn't want to sit properly. The air compressor is probably too small, to be honest, and the gun was shit, but I'm just going to say it was me. But here we go. So as you can see, I rubbed through on some of the really bad spots. 2 spots where I've rubbed through. Doesn't change things too much, sort of thing, with the look of the car. But so let me know what you think. That's pretty much the best I can get it with the buffer that I own. Mine's only like a garage sort of buffer thing. It doesn't have high speed, it's only like a slow sort of thing, but that's the finish we're at now. I think it looks alright, something different. Yeah, so that's my sort of take on the Indy 500. So I'll still go to the bucket seats in the front. So you can't see the bit of the gloss. It's hard under here. I'm going to get onto the plugs today. Kids are going to help me do it. They're going to clean up the plugs for me. They want to, so we'll get into that. So my aim with this was sort of to make it sort of look like it had been sitting there for a while, aged. I'm not a big fan on the traditional Indy 500 with the red lines and everything, and wasn't going to pay big money for the decals, so this is sort of my option. So it's sort of come up not as good as I wanted it to, but so yeah, as you can see there, it's still a little pitted. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did I wreck it or does it look okay?